Okay, so if you just join us, we are doing Year 11 Maths Advanced Trigonometry topic. And specifically today, we're looking at the negative versus the positive angles. And I can see that it's been glitchy already because the internet at school is pretty crap. So tomorrow I'll be working from home where the internet is a whole lot better. Anyway, negative angle, here's the recap. If you are going clockwise, namely that way, then your angle is negative. However, if you are going clockwise, then your angle then is considered to be positive. What is an example of that? Here's an example of that. If you have, let's say, 30 degrees, then if you're looking at it from that point of view, then your angle then is 30 degrees. Let me convert that to radians while I'm at it as well. If you remember radians, then radians, that equivalent to pi on 6 radians. The whole basis of radians is that your base is 2 pi is equal to 180 degrees. So 2 pi radians is 180 degrees. And from that, a plethora of other things come out, like pi radians, which is also called pi rad, equals to 180 radians. Sorry, my bad. And if you divide that by 2 further, 2 pi radians is going to equal to 90 degrees. And then 1 radian, I think, if you remember correctly, it's 57 roughly degrees to the whole number. So that's as far as degrees to radians is concerned. That's how you convert one to the other one. You must accept that 2 pi radians is 180 degrees, or pi radians is 180 degrees. 2 pi radians is 360 degrees. My bad. I'm making a first mistake already. Sorry about this. Sorry about me. So that's 360. So 2 pi radians is 360 degrees. Pi radians is 180 degrees. You keep halving it, you get that, and then 1 radian is 57 degrees. Now, okay, look, I want to look at this guy from a different eye. So that's 30 degrees from there to there, no problem. But instead of going this way, I'm going clockwise, the other way. Now, as you know, the whole thing is 360 degrees. So if I go from here to here only, that's actually 330 degrees. So my angle, same angle, is actually the same as negative 330 degrees. Now, in terms of radians, one more time, it's just going to be 11 pi on 6. How do I get that fast? That's actually 2 pi minus pi on 6. That's what it is. And I stick a negative in front of it. That's all, right? So that will be 2 pi on 6. 2 pi minus pi on 6 rather is 11 pi on 6. That's what I'm saying. And so that angle, the same angle, is, if you look at it from this perspective, it's pi on 6. When you look at the other perspective, when you go clockwise, it's the same angle, it's the same place, but you're looking from different eye. You're looking from the negative side. And so that's why it's either negative 330 degrees or negative 11 on 6. 11 pi on 6 rather radians. So that's both radians to degrees and negative versus positive. Let me give you another example on that. So let's say you are over here, and let's say that little angle is 45 degrees. And by the way, 45 degrees, for those who are absolute nerd, is pi on 4 radians. You have to know that. But anyway, if you go that way, then that angle is 135 because that makes up to be 180 degrees, of course. So in that case, theta is 135 degrees, positive, because you're going that way. And that would be just 3 pi on 4. How do I know that? Because the whole thing is pi, that's 180 degrees. Take away pi on 4, which is 135. And you get 3 pi on 4 radians, or 135 degrees. Same, looking at it from another way. Looking at it from the... There's a lot of glitchy and there's a lot of delay. So if I was to look at the angle the same way, but with different eye, so this time I'm going to be looking at it from, then that angle is 225 degrees. How they get the fast is 45 plus 180. So my angle then is negative 225 degrees, but that really means it's a pi plus pi on 4, which is 5 pi on 4, but then it's negative because I'm going the other way. And that's basically how you do the angles, negative angles, as well as in terms of the radians versus degrees. And then I'll leave it there. I'll shut shop.